let's talk about consistency. I also want to talk about pressure as well as injuries, because Sven Berchi did not play the rest of this game. Berchi got hit in the face with the puck off of a Giordano attempted clear. He was basically out. We also got a Canucks team who played a good, solid 54 minutes, you know? It was a good game, and for the most part, I was really impressed with our play in almost every single zone. I thought our breakouts were great. I thought our pressure in the offensive zone was really good. And I especially loved the fact that we only allowed one shot against on 3 consecutive power plays for the Flames. Something like that. And I really wanted to use a thumbnail for this video that involved Giordano's face after Brock Besser scored the go-ahead goal. Because I thought that was going to be really funny, and I was like, yo, that's really funny. But the story of this game doesn't revolve around that, which is why the thumbnail of this video is different, and why the title and everything of this video is different than what I had originally planned. And it's because the story of this game, well, is just to put it simply, the Canucks couldn't play a 60-minute game. They were able to tango with the Flames a little bit after they started heating things up, but eventually it got too much. And you can't really put the blame on any one of the players individually, because, well, the whole team kind of just took a step down and took a step back after the Flames started heating it up a little bit. Anders Nilsson, you can't blame anything on him. He let in 3 goals on 35 shots, 2 of which were really hard to stop backhanders, you know. Matthew Tkachuk's first goal, there's no way in heck a goalie can predict a shot like that. You cannot blame the goalie for that. Sam Bennett's goal, I mean, he could have had a little bit better positioning. Everyone was kind of scrambling, but Bennett's goal overall could have been easily steered away by any one of the other Canucks players on the ice. Vanek especially, he just took a really weak sweep with his stick over towards the direction that Bennett was skating in, and it did nothing. So, overall, the Canucks in this game, they played well. I think that they played well for the majority, a large majority of this game, in all 3 zones, but once the Flames started heating things up, once Tkachuk got that first goal, the pressure just came on, and overall, I thought that by the time that the Flames started to get a little bit more possession after that Tkachuk goal, I was like, okay, it's kind of over. I wouldn't be surprised if we lost right here. So, what happened in this game? Well, first, we got 2 Canucks goals. The first one was Jake Virtanen. That was nice. I mean, it was a nice shot by Del Zotto, goes off of the skate of Virtanen, and he pots it in. Troy Brouwer ties things up with a really good shot. Besser in the second period, he almost gets taken off for a penalty, but Giordano ends up being the only man called, and Besser immediately on the next play gets a nice feed from Granlund. And then after that, you know, it was Tkachuk, Bennett, and Tkachuk again. And Matthew Tkachuk, coming off of his suspension, he gets 2 goals here, one of which was an empty net to seal the deal, and the first one was the game-tying goal, which was the spark that the Calgary Flames needed to win this game. And I'm not going to say that this was a bad game. I mean, they could have played better in the last few minutes, but overall, you know, the Canucks really did. If you want to look at the game as a whole, they played a good game, and you won't lose that many games if you play like how they played for the majority of this span of 60 minutes. However, they did let off the gas pedal post Tkachuk first goal, and it was kind of tough to watch. I mean, they were keeping up a little bit. They were able to tango with the Flames. They could maintain good defensive pressure, but the Flames kept on pressing, they kept on pressing, the crowd was getting more rowdy, and overall the Flames, they just got so much momentum by the time they scored that Bennett goal that you could just tell, yeah, it was going to happen. There's no way the Canucks wouldn't have came back from this unless the Canucks really got their heads on straight, which of course they didn't. And Eventually, things got a little bit worse. I mean, the Canucks trying to maintain offensive pressure while they had an empty net. I didn't like that at all. I think these one-on-one puck battles that we were not winning were absolutely atrocious. And I felt like we could have played harder in the last few minutes of the game. I don't feel like the effort really was there, and I think that they were kind of just cruising a little bit. I mean, of course, we didn't have Baertschi in this third, we didn't have Horvat, and we didn't have the other guys like Sutter, who is also a face-off guy, and Goodbranson, who, like it or not, he kind of does have an impact on the team. We had Nick Dowd. Dowd was okay. I mean, he was fine. But overall, I didn't like the third period, and the end of that third period. It was just not a good effort. And, I mean, if you want to look at it from a team tank perspective, this was a perfect game. Brock Besser, he gets a power play goal. And the Canucks, they lose in regulation. This is actually a regulation loss that puts the Flames above the Canucks, so there you go. There's that playoff spot that the Vancouver Canucks are in jeopardy of losing, which is even closer now to being a reality, based off of this game. But, you know, you never really want to watch your Canucks lose. You never really want to watch your team lose. But, taking a look at this game, I mean, it was a good game up until the end. And the end, it really just was disappointing to watch. Because the Flames, they controlled everything. And the Canucks, well, they just waited for things to happen. And things did happen. Right towards their own net. Hope you guys enjoyed this weird, depressing, short little video. Twitter, plus links, and gaming. And bye.